9.
Well, it's obvious the pink squeezes through the reds there. Plenty of room. What a cracking match this has been.
How true. Plenty of the same, I'm sure, tonight from Messrs Higgins and Williams, which of course we'll be bringing you folks starting in around about an hour and 3/4 from now.
Pink having to go at the back of the
15.
pack. I'm just wondering whether that might be a help to 딩전휘 here, because if he can land on the pink, he could split the reds. I think he can pot it from that side. Still the option of the black, of course.
16.
Which he's played on. It was a good red to get in. Well, can he make the most of it?
I
think he's just going to check the pink from that left-hand side here. If he just lands a little bit low with the cue ball, it would be a perfect angle to split some of the reds. Well, he chose to go up for the blue, and he's got a kick, and it's taken all of the pace out of the cue ball. Just watch that red bounce. Took off. And now, although there is a loose red on the right-hand side here, he's got to negotiate the bulk colours. That's the angle of the cue ball. Oh, he's caught the brown, which brings him more into the middle of the table. He's now out of position.
29.
Well, I'm just thinking that Lady Luck might have just slightly played its part again there, Mike, on that kick with the red. If he got on the blue correct, splits the reds, who knows? There's the kick, just look at that. That could be very significant. Well, didn't get the cue ball past the baulk line. And Ding's having a quick look at this one on the right hand side. He can also clip the one in that's near the black, that's the one. That's a possibility, playing with safety as well, taking the cue ball down the table. I think that's the one that he is looking at now. Big moments for these two lads. Well, he's taking this one on down the right-hand side. Now then, what has he left? Well, the red goes to the middle. I'm not sure that was the correct shot. I thought he would have clipped the other red in, actually. And it wasn't too close to the pocket either. It's not easy out there under this pressure. Well, Judd's in. There's plenty of reds there.
Yes, he just needs one good positional shot off the brown.
I think he actually played on the yellow there.
I think so.
Didn't quite get enough check side on the white. Oh, that's okay. There's reds to the centre available. He's played that very well, and he can get under the black from this red.
5.
Wow, what a chance for this young man.
6.
Now we'll see whether he can hold his nerve. He held it well in China just a few weeks ago. That's fine. That's fine. He'll settle for that. Yes, everybody thought that Mark Selby would, with his greater experience, beat him in that final in China, but it was 10-8 to the youngster eventually.
$14.
They could have just done with a slightly bigger bounce, but that's okay. He can cannon on to the reds to hold for this one into the right corner.
Yeah, he really found his feet in China in the quarters. I mean, he put away Peter Ebdon 5-1 in the quarters, and then Sean Murphy 6-1 in the semi-finals. Totally outplayed those players, I can assure you, in all departments.
Very much
21.
as he did here a couple of matches ago against Graham Dott, a greatly experienced player, former world champion, 3 times in the final, and he beat Graham 13-5.
22.
He will not get a better opportunity than this right now to get himself into his first World Championship final. We saw how Sean Murphy came through as a qualifier 6 years ago. Mark Selby
29.
himself, as I mentioned just a little earlier in commentary, he was also a qualifier who got to the final. Hard to believe that Mark was a qualifier as recently as
30.
2007, but he was, and it was John Higgins who beat Mark in that final.
This has been a remarkable few weeks for this young man. Can he put the finishing touches to the semi-final?
Well, it's in his own hands, Mike.
Yep.
37.
He's just got to keep himself under control, and Ding will not get back to the table.
Sure. 38.
We don't want to see any awful kicks. He feels he got a slightly bad contact there, actually, but he's still on the next shot, the black. Well, yes, the white did bounce a little bit, but he's still okay.
Well, I think he's got the slight angle to run around off 2 cushions here for reds into the opposite corner. Could have done with being a touch high.
45.
Playing the red that's furthest away from us. The problem he's got here, though, is those 3 reds, nicely on the blue. The pink is just masking that left-hand corner pocket. Oh, they can't watch. It's just he's moments away from the final tomorrow. He looks pretty cool.
Yes, but I reckon his heart's pounding and the adrenaline's flowing something terrible, Mike.
No doubt. No doubt.
He's still only 21. And the enormity of it must be getting to him. 10 hours these two have been at this match now.
I just wonder if he can see that middle one of the 3 enough to be able to pot it. Otherwise, he's going to probably have to play on the reds to the middle pocket.
52.
Now then, will he play a little cannon into them? Will he come off 2 cushions? The shot for me here is 2 cushions, leave the red to the middle. If he can't pot them to the corner. Well, it's obvious the middle one will go. Now, is he on it? This is very, very tight.
57.
It looks perfect. Oh, brilliant. What a shot that was on the blue. What a match this has been between these two.
Shame there has to be a loser, Mike.
Exactly, it takes two, and 딩전휘vs트럼프 will be gutted. He's played his part. But this young man, we've watched Ding in the chair.
64.
The story continues.
Yes, and of course this red is frame and match ball. He would be 36 ahead with only 35 on, and Ding can only sit there and hope.
Well, there's no way he'll miss this from here.
He certainly shouldn't.
Well, he won't. Trust me. He won't miss this.
That's the one, and he knew it.
Nicely on the blue as well. You've got to feel for 딩전휘vs트럼프. He's played a magnificent part in this semi-final as well. But the 21-year-old from Bristol is in this year's World Final.
70.
Yes, the third qualifier to make it this millennium, Mike, after Shaun Murphy and Mark Selby.
He will be feeling so good inside. There might be a few exhibition shots here coming up, if you can see this yellow. Commiserations to 딩전휘vs트럼프, but every credit to Judd Trump.
Well, he's treating these balls with contempt now as he knows he's over the line.
He'll throw one in now and again.
87.
Is it going to be the century to finish off? His third of the match it would be. Ding has also had 3.
92. 98.
Yeah, just knock this in for the ton. What a finish.
His 4th century of the afternoon. 1 out. He has done a 105 clearance for fame and match. And Judd Trump, the qualifier, the 21-year-old from Bristol, is in the final of snooker's premier tournament, the Betfred.com World Championship of 2011. In a match that was always a pulsating one, and one which you never wanted to leave, he's finally overcome 딩전휘vs트럼프 by 17 frames to 15 and will face either John Higgins or Mark Williams in the final.